What's going on, folks? I wanted to make a video about the Batman. I thought this was a terrific film, maybe just a little bit too long if I had to say any one complaint about the movie, but overall I thought it was good. I enjoyed these new takes on these old characters. And in this video, I want to show you how the film does have some examples of predictive programming and some examples of art imitating life. Now, if you don't know, predictive programming is when Hollywood and the media inserts clips, images, subliminal messages of planned societal events to help condition the populace for things that are coming. So, one example that I saw of this was the fact that the Riddler is actually an online extremist in this movie who is motivated to commit violence against politicians, corrupt police, etc. And one of the things he does is actually live streams these violent events. And we actually saw this not 2 months after the movie came out in Buffalo, after a mass shooter went around and was actually recording himself shooting people. Okay, so this is just one example. Who knows down the line what other things we could see coming from this movie that will happen in real life? My prediction is that we'll probably see some more events like this. Another interesting thing about this movie, in the tradition of past Riddler characters, such as the Batman animated series, such as Joel Schumacher's Batman movie that had Jim Carrey play the Riddler, is that he likes to leave these clues to kind of get people researching stuff with these little cryptic examples of messages that have to be decoded. And if you get into the QAnon conspiracy, it operated in very much the same way. QAnon was a person or a group of people that were claiming to have close ties to Donald Trump. They were claiming that, lots of politicians were going to be arrested, that there was this massive human trafficking network being perpetuated by world elites who are a cabal of Satan worshipers. And if you really get into this conspiracy, it's very similar to how the Riddler operates. Basically, whoever was controlling it would go on 4chan or 8chan and just ask a bunch of questions, and they would leave what they called breadcrumbs to try and encourage other researchers and online sleuths to go out and research these things. And here you can see almost all of the Q posts start with a major question, then it branches off into these smaller questions for people to research. And this is actually a really good resource. I've never really seen one that breaks this all down like this, but again, this was a very in-depth conspiracy. I do think that Donald Trump even played into this and tried to convince people that he was going along with it. And all the evidence is there. I mean, if you look at his tweets, a lot of them coordinated with timestamps that QAnon was leaving. And he even acknowledged people who were going to his rallies and holding Q signs. So Trump did a lot to try and convince people that this was real. And again, it operated very much in the same way that we see the Riddler operating in his movie, through questioning, through dialogue, trying to encourage people online to go and research this stuff. And basically, what we saw, what this Riddler character is, that he is what the internet community calls an incel, which is someone who is involuntarily celibate, meaning because he is so absorbed in this online digital world, because he is so busy trying to expose evil things in the world, he has become involuntary celibate, and no one is having sex with him. He's not trying to have sex with women because he is so interested in his whole digital persona. So I do believe that this movie is taking some examples of things that have happened in real life and trying to show us what can happen. If you watched this movie all the way through, spoiler alert, but we saw that Riddler got a bunch of other online extremists to get some weapons and try to have a little revolution, which is on some level kind of what we saw culminate on January 6th. So I do believe that this movie is taking examples of things that have happened in real life and also programming us for things that are about to happen, such as more of these mass shootings that are possibly going to be live streamed. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious about your opinions. Did you like the movie? Did you see any other examples of predictive programming in the movie? Do you agree that the Riddler is an incel? Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate your time. God bless.